Thank you all for joining me on today's journey into, through, and with resilience. Just as a reminder, all previous 820 Enterprise episodes, but definitely including this one you're listening to today, my only guarantee to you is to change your perspective on this present moment. Today, I want to talk about, yes, the thing called love, which may sound a little sappy and soft and ethereal to you, but love in a different way. Today, we're talking about a fixed fate to love. You may have had the sudden thought when you read the title for today's subject. Something like, you've got to be kidding me, man. To love my fate? Forget about it. By the way, that is a shout out to my dear friend out there, Miss Marguerite. Thanks, ma'am. I know that sounds pretty presumptuous to suggest or to outrightly make that claim in a proposal to love your fate. But this is Ming. And as your unpaid and unrequested advisor on this thing called resilience, please allow me for a moment to elaborate on for a few more seconds on this. Typically, when we hear the word fate, for some reason, most of us default to the crap and the stuff that appears to not be as helpful or positive or encouraging. But as your friendly business analyst and pseudo-engineer by trade, let's look into the entirety of this fate supposition. As usual, and I'm good for this, let's check out the good old dictionary, shall we? Here's fate, and this is the AI version as a definition. Fate refers to a predetermined course of events, either by a supernatural force or as the inevitable outcome for a person or thing. Usage examples include a belief that it must be fate when two people meet by chance, or the phrase, the fate of the show is still in doubt, to prescribe or to describe its potential closure. Synonyms for fate include destiny, lot, doom, or preordained outcome. Here is a Webster dictionary version. The will or principle or determining cause by which things in general are believed to come. Let me start again. The will or principle or determining cause by which things in general are believed to come to be as they are, or events to happen as they do, or called destiny. Fate implies an inevitable and usually, listen to this, usually an adverse outcome. For example, the fate of the submarine is unknown. Destiny implies something foreordained and often suggests a great or noble course or end. All right. So the AI and the Webster dictionary views are fairly consistent. As I said in the intro, generally, we all tend to see the inevitability of the fate thing as bad or adverse. But why is that? And how is that the answer? How is that the answer? There's no other possible perspective on fate other than an eventual terrible examination and failure on this day? Come on, I don't think so. We can do better than that. Like, do our best each day, yes? How about at least considering, just for a moment, besides all the shit we must face each day, even if we were to concede the doom and then gloom, the presumed comeuppance of us in this life's journey through us. You like that word? Comeuppance? Getting your just desserts, as they say? But what about the other side of that fate coin? The good that happens to you and I every day, hell, in every moment of this conversation right now. Are we alive? Are we breathing right now? Can you feel that heart beating in your chest and the flow of blood throughout your body right now? By the way, that sticky red stuff flowing through that body that you're renting right now is the substance of love. What about that innumerable amount and consistency of air that you receive in every single moment? Maybe you could measure that. That's part and parcel. That's part and parcel the essence of your fate too. Your essential fate. Sure, you flip that coin many times during the day. That fate coin. Maybe it comes up on the tail side. Let's say that's the bad sign of the fate coin. But the good constant remains present on the other side of that coin. When my African elder, Mr. Tamba, taught me this, about this life for all of us as a process of a fixed fate, I did reject that notion at first. But as Mr. Tamba patiently taught me, he helped me to see the entirety of this fixed fate thing. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifference of fate. This will happen and continue with or without your active participation and awareness. Probably best to engage voluntarily in this gift and grace of life that you have, with the challenges of success and failure and lesson. Maybe even considering and focusing on the good, positive, and productive parts of your fate, instead of automatically resisting the general assumption about fate as just plain old bad. The bad news about fate? You will encounter bad and ugly stuff. The good news about fate? You get good stuff more than the bad stuff before, after, and during the sudden emergence of the bad stuff. You can still see and feel the sun when it rains or even at night. Yeah, the sun replicated in the constant essence of your heart, the light and the spark, or sunshine that you always have within. How's that for fate now? That make you feel closer to your best? I truly hope so. Because this, not because of me, because of you and for your connection to your Creator, this is your resilience and part of your fixed fate to love. Pay attention. Stay current. Stay present. Remember, no matter where you are in this world, it is always 820.